Welcome, guys, to another installment of Mr. Brown's COVID Adventures. Um, there's a couple things that I want to talk about after grading assignments yesterday, and then having some Schoology message conversations and email messages back and forth with some people. There's some things that I want to talk about today. Number one, get your sketches done. There's still a lot of people who are missing sketchbook assignments, especially those last two where you had the prompts, where each day was a different sketch. Get those done and get them turned in. The other thing is, if you are painting, I had Mr. Brewer run down to the classroom because so Mr. Brewer ran down to the classroom. I had him pull some paint trays. We're gonna recycle them. He pulled them out. They're over by the sink in the wire basket there. Those are the trays that people had their wind chime pieces on when I loaded them into the kiln. So because we're not doing the wind chime anymore, we don't really need those. We didn't really need them anyways. But you can reuse. Oh, excuse me. You can reuse those trays to mix your paint on. And if somebody wrote their name real big right in the middle of the tray, you can flip the tray over and use the other side of it. But use those paint trays. Clean off the clay dust. Don't wash them in the sink because we don't want the clay dust in the sink. Remember that. But take a wet paper towel or a damp paper towel and wipe the surface, and then take a dry paper towel and dry it off. And then you should be able to use those foam trays. You should be able to use those to mix your paint if you are painting. Along with painting, please, please, please make sure that you're cleaning up after yourself. I will be very, very upset if I come back and see just dirty, crusted up paintbrushes laying by the sink. I know there weren't any of those when we left for break, so there shouldn't be any now. And I mean, I'm off till Monday, so if you set a paintbrush out there yesterday or today and just leave it sitting, it's garbage. I have to throw it away, and that's a waste. So please, please make sure you clean up after yourself. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a good Samaritan too. Like, if you see a paintbrush that somebody didn't clean up, do me a favor and clean it up. I would greatly appreciate it. And it helps everybody. So that's for painting. For 3D design, the people who are doing the wire armatures, I didn't create an assignment on Schoology, and I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But if you're still bending wire, I had Mr. Brewer pull out the pliers and the safety glasses so that you can finish. You don't have to stick it into a base. You can just leave it sitting, and I will grade it when I get back. The reason that I'm not going to create a Schoology assignment for that is I actually did that yesterday for 3D Design 1. If you're in 3D Design 1 now, you actually have, if you look on Schoology, it'll show 2 Mona Lisa eye sculpture assignments. And I totally forgot about that. I forgot that there was already one there, and I forgot that when you do that in Schoology, that it'll just create another one and push it in. So what's going to happen is, if you already showed me your Mona Lisa eye sculpture in class before we went on break, you're going to get a grade in one column. If you submit it in the Schoology assignment part, it'll go in a different column. So you'll have a grade in one or the other. and then whichever one you don't have a grade in, it's just going to stay blank, and it's not going to affect your grade at all, but it makes it a lot messier and a lot more confusing to see. So now that it's done, I'm not going to go back and delete the assignment. I'm not going to change it, because then it just messes up everything even more. But that's why drawing 3D design 2, 3, and 4. That's why I'm just gonna wait and grade your wire armatures when I get back. So that's the 4 things. Get your sketches done. You can reuse those paint trays that people used for their wind chimes. Reuse those if you need to mix paint. The pliers are out, and I'll grade the wire armatures when I get back. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on Monday, and I'll probably have another video for you tomorrow.